Hi, I'm Peter J. Ray. Welcome to Adventures in History. Today's topic is Gertrude Zuck Ray's Letters, 1963 to 1965. Gertrude Zuck Ray was my father's mother. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Wednesday, March 13th, 1963. Dear folks, it was good to get Ruth's letter and catch up on the family's news. In spite of the weather, the days pass swiftly, and we sort of lose track of each other's comings and goings. We spent a Sunday recently with Helen. Doran made out her income tax. We had supper at the Oberlin Inn, and then the Kresslers joined us afterwards at Helen's apartment for her Greek slides. Mr. Kessler remembered you, John. I think you sang in the musical union or some choral group he directed. They do so wish Helen would stay in Oberlin. Mr. Kessler told me she was regarded so highly and the general atmosphere at Dascom so superior to some other dormitories. Helen still continues to turn out an amazing amount of beautiful work. Right now has been doing watercolor on fabric, the kind coats are lined with, and the results are lovely. I think she plans to move to California before too long. Mother continues pretty well, Mary not so good. Lenore and Dale are vacationing in Florida and Mexico. We've been going to a group on Saturday nights, lasting until around midnight. Doran isn't used to such late hours. I am planning a program on, quote, the rim of East Asia and learning a lot, to be given at an all-church Lenten supper on March 27th. Love to you all, Mother. P.S. Too bad about Peter's chin. Dear Patty, what a nice surprise to get a pretty lace and ribbon sachet for my dresser drawer. You know what Grandma likes, and to think you made it yourself. Thank you very, very much. How is your school? Did the little boy who was so sad ever learn to smile? Love to you, Patty, Grandma. And the next letter. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Monday, April 8th, 1963. Dear folks, so good to get the pretty hibiscus card, and know you are all having such a wonderful vacation. Patty has an eye for color to pick out such a lovely flowered card. Every time the phone rings, we wonder if something has happened in Marion. In talking to Lenore last night, Mary apparently is being made more comfortable and may be here for a few weeks more. Harold has come and gone home again, and Barbara and Bill are holding the fort. Mother has finally come to the realization of Mary's condition, and I think is better prepared than a few weeks ago. You probably know the Plain Dealer and press are alive again as of this morning. We drove over to Dick and Joan's yesterday afternoon and found them fine. Joan had completed a lovely little aqua coat knitted for Tracy. Dick had been in New York last week and is going to St. Louis for a seminar on selling conducted by the American Management Association for a few days this coming week. Dave and Carol finally got things going on their place Saturday. It will be fine to see all of you this coming Easter Sunday. Love to you all, Mother. And another letter from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Monday, April 29th, 1963. Dear folks, good to get Ruth's notes. What a full life a growing family can have. Congratulations, Mark, on the reading test, spell downs, and baseball. Doran got an especial pleasure that you made the Little League baseball team. He has always loved sports and was pretty good in his hometown high school athletics. Also tennis in college. I suppose the mumps will go right through the family. John had them in high school. Sorry Peter chipped his tooth. Some youngsters seem to get more than their share of tumbles. If Shar McQuilkin could print the alphabet in capitals and small letters, I would be most grateful and could use it for a guide. Of course, any other printing she might have around would be welcome too. Ted and Evelyn plan to move to California around the 1st of August. So I would think some Sunday in the last half of June after school is out would be fine for the party. Maybe the youngsters will have had the 3-day measles by that time too. In the meantime, what would be the nicest way to celebrate? I know Joan would make one of her beautiful cakes, and I would like to help with the food too. Whatever is in your planning, we will be glad to go along. Mary lingers on. She looked so dreadful when we were in Marion a week ago yesterday. One wonders how she stays alive. It's hard to plan anything for certain, for we may be called to Marion. I remember what a nice day we had at Patty's nursery last spring on Grandmother's Day. Lenora and Dale had some new and exquisite carvings from the Orient. Dale was making a Buddha head out of mud, he called it. He's quite a craftsman. Love to you all, Mother. And another letter from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, May 8th, 1963. Dear folks, congratulations, Mark, on being the spelling champion of Kensington School. How you had some real competition. Glad, too, that Pamela is taking tennis lessons. I think she will make a real good player. We will be glad to have supper with you May 19th. This coming Sunday we plan to go to Marion. Haven't heard how things are this week, but we'll call Mother before we go down. Tomorrow is our last Women's Fellowship program of the year, and Ada Broll is giving slides of her recent trip to Australia, New Zealand, and Tahiti. I had left the May program open in case anything especially interesting came up, and was delighted when Ada agreed to take over. Saturday we are going to the annual Chamber of Commerce dinner, and next Thursday I'm going to a bridge luncheon at Town Tavern. Tell Patty I just don't believe I'll get to the grandmother luncheon at nursery school, but I did enjoy the one last year. No, we didn't see John on the Channel 8 TV news program. Sorry to have missed it. We usually watch Dorothy Fulldime's news on Channel 5, and she recently interviewed one of the World Federalist speakers. Very good, too. Joan called yesterday and said she would be glad to make a cake for Ted and Evelyn's party. Plan to decorate it with an orchid design. Dave and Carol's house is progressing fine. The roof is on, most of the windows in, the fireplace almost completed. Dave is starting painting. Thanks for the good letter, Ruth. Hope Peter has a happy 3rd birthday. Glad, too, you can cross mumps off for the family. Love to you all, Mother. And another letter from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Tuesday, May 21st, 1963. Dear folks, a sunny, windy morning here and maple seeds all over the place. This is our spring deluge, but then the shade the rest of the summer is worth it. We did enjoy John's birthday party, the delicious food, and to know that at 39 he has the happiness of a fine family and the realization of many things he has worked for. So thanks to all of you for dreams come true. Dave and Carol's house is on the home stretch now. When the crew gets going out there, it's amazing. For instance, yesterday they put in the insulation, big bags of fiberglass above ceilings, and even soundproofing the bathroom, in addition to outside wall insulation. Then the yard was completely rough-graded and blacktop, soil spread back over the top. This is the time Dave and Carol will really have to check finishing. This contractor does some weird ideas of what looks nice. Oh yes, the stone mason started the front ledge in front of the fireplace yesterday too. Carol keeps reminding them how short the time is for completion, so perhaps that speeds them up. Tomorrow we have an all-day meeting at church. I'm decorating the tables, about 20, and then flowers throughout the church. I think Doran and I will have to get up early to get all the flowers down there so I can get it all decorated by 9 o'clock a.m. Thanks again for Sunday. Love to you all, Mother. Dear Peter, do we tell you how well you talk now? We never did hear you really talk before. Those flowers you picked and your shells were pretty nice too. Love, Grandma. And another letter from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, September 15th, 1963. Dear folks, a beautiful day here, the yard green again after the rains, and how we welcomed them. Yes, Ruth, this year I can make the home tour and am surely looking forward to it. Often when we are driving into Cleveland, I see some particularly inviting home and think how much fun it would be to go through it. I noticed 3 of the homes on the tour are on Lake Road, so maybe we will go through one of them. I'll take the early bus, the one that gets to Rocky River around 9 o'clock your time. I'll walk over to your house from Kensington School, so should be there before 9:30. The later morning bus wouldn't quite make it. I do hope your mother is coming along satisfactorily. I know it's a comfort to you to have Bud and Doris close by. These have probably been anxious days for your father. Some men are quite lost at a time like this. We went to the Huron County Fair one night this week. Hadn't been to one for years. They are fun, and these 4-H boys and girls do amaze you. They are right in there, taking care of their animals, exercising them, riding their horses, and what beautiful horses. Even had them decorated with ribbon bows and jeweled hooves. The competition must be hot, and there were so many animals, horses, cows, pigs, sheep, rabbits, guinea pigs, and of course chickens. Lisa and Kathy loved it, and to make things more interesting, just after we had gotten into the car to come home, the rains came and came and came. We had our lunch and got back to Huronia Beach by bedtime. Our fall church program is off to a good start. For the first time, the new United Church curriculum from nursery through adults is in use. I think it's a great step forward. Some of the artwork that caused such a furor has evidently been deleted. What we saw Thursday at our first fellowship meeting was for the most part lovely and stimulating. The 5 artists who did the work on it for these past years are all top-notch, and June, my neighbor across the street who gave the program, tells me we were pretty expensive. It's of course geared to age levels and tried out on children before being finally accepted. I know you would appreciate it. I think it's fine you have your church kindergarten. Good teachers are hard to get. We'll see you the 26th. Love to you all, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray to John and Ruth Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Thursday, December 12, 1963. Dear folks, good to get your notes. We enjoyed having all of you here at Thanksgiving. I thought the nicest part of the day was when we were all together in the living room listening to President Lyndon Johnson's talk. Your flowers were lovely for days, and Patty's candy and Pam's turkey were such nice Thanksgiving gifts. We saw the nice basketball set down at the shopping center. Basketball, hoop, net, and everything. How about it for Mark's Christmas, and any suggestions for the rest of the family? The day Karen and Chris were here went off pretty well. Chris and I got along fine, but of course, one day can't tell the story. Karen is quite a girl, seems precocious to me. We'll see you the day of Christmas Eve about 4:30 p.m. if that's all right. Want to stop on the way over to see Joan and Dick's decorations. Then Christmas Day, all of you here. Lots of good times coming up. Love to you all, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray to John and Ruth Ray, Gertrude's son and daughter-in-law. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, Tuesday, May 19th, 1964. Dear folks, first of all, Sunday was a fine day, and we did enjoy it all. Had a real visit with the children this time. Then the dinner was delicious. Just hope Ruth wasn't completely worn out. How thankful we are for your fine family. Would love to hear Mark's concert Friday night, but think we had better go a little easy on too much driving until Doran's eyes are better. Sunday didn't seem to tire him too much, and he did enjoy it all. Tell Pam I think she has real talent at the keyboard. Helen, Cynthia, Carol, and I went to Marion today. Helen drove. It was a wonderful day for Mother. She did look nice and made her little acceptance speech gracefully. We were so glad she could go to the luncheon, for as you know, she hasn't been at all good since the accident. The Women's Club gave her a lovely gold pin, and her sisters and some of the family a sheaf of deep red roses, which should look pretty in the colored pictures they took. Hope they turn out well. The Federation has only given this Mother of the Year award for 3 years, and Mother was considered last year too, but then they knew she couldn't accept because of Mary's illness. Lenore did a superb job, as always. The tables were lovely, ribbon maypoles, yellow streamers to Mother's place, she loves yellow, spring flower arrangements, and a good luncheon. Then, too, I saw people I hadn't seen for years. We had some disquieting news from California. Tom had a coronary last Friday and is in the hospital. Mother has not been told. She would really go to pieces. I called Ted tonight for a first-hand report. He said if Tom gets through tomorrow, his chances are 4 out of 5 for recovery. At present, he could drop dead any time. He should be flat on his back for 6 weeks. Surely unfortunate. Helen Lacey has accepted a job at Chapman College in Orange, California, in a senior men's dormitory. Sounds now as though California will be her permanent home. I think climate and the fact she can buy a nice little home for about $12,000 were the decisive factors, though Oberlin did tempt her. She goes to Glen Lake Thursday for a while. Barb and Bill plan to take off for Harold and Marge's the day after school is out. June 5th, I think. Barb was at the luncheon this noon. Love to you all, Mother. And this next letter is from Doran Eugene Ray, my father's father, to his son and daughter-in-law. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, July 8th, 1964. Dear folks, I reached Mrs. Kirk by phone tonight, and the cottage at Lakeside is ours for Friday to September 4th, noon through Tuesday, September 8th for $70, Lakeside, Ohio. In fact, she said as far as she knew now there would be no one there after Wednesday, so everything is all okay, but she had just neglected to confirm it to us. Nice to have seen all of you this noon. Sorry I had to run off. Mighty nice looking car. Wish I'd had time to really look it over. Love, Dad. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck Ray. 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, 44870. Monday, September 14th, 1964. Dear folks, for both your good letters, many thanks. We surely will be happy to come to the lecture series. According to the pamphlet, all the lectures come on Friday nights, which will work out fine for us. I'll keep this pamphlet for reference unless you want me to return it. We enjoyed looking over the North Olmsted homecoming parade sheets, too. As for the Holmes tour, I have 2 meetings that day, so we'll have to pass it up. Thanks so much anyway. I know the herb home must be especially interesting. I did enjoy the tour last year. Pam's stationery was in the sack with Lisa's book. Don't know just how that happened. You probably have it by this time. We were in Marion yesterday. Found Mother better, but the good woman who has been with her is leaving because of some health problems. Lenore is trying to find someone to take her place because Mother can't be alone. She had a bad fall just the other day, but didn't break any bones. Her appetite is better. Helen left one of her paintings in Marion, and we got to see that. It is to be a gift to the Women's Federation and to be hung in the Federation home. That is where Mother's big party was last May. We are still remembering so many good hours at Lakeside. Your family did add so much to it. I felt I knew Peter's special ways and interests a lot better. A fine little boy. We thoroughly enjoyed that last spaghetti supper, too. Doran is working tonight. One of the men in his department is ill, and the foundry is so busy, and they just can't let the work pile up. I hope this will be a fine year at school for the children. What great blessings to see them all coming along so well. Takes a lot of doing. Affectionately, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, 44870. Thursday, September 17th, 1964. Dear folks, well, bless your hearts. When I casually mentioned in Lakeside I'd like a mink stole, it was like saying I'd like the moon. Had no idea it would be taken seriously. I do appreciate your generosity and will surely give it some thought. Ruth is such a good shopper. Perhaps we could talk it over. We registered for adult education courses at high school last night. Doran for real estate law and I for conversational French. Both classes meet on Tuesday nights. I had a nice note from Barbara. Marion's school started during those hot days, which Barbara labeled ghastly. John's note about next Sunday night's radio program came this morning, and we'll be looking forward to it, and know it will be enjoyable. Good luck on the United Appeal Drive. Love, Mother. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, 44870. Monday, November 9th, 1964. Dear folks, today Mark's birthday and tomorrow Tracy's, the oldest and youngest grandchildren. Hope they both have fine days. You must have done a wonderful job on United Appeal to get 100% response. Know your days and nights, too, have been more than full. Long Distance called here yesterday around noon. One of John's law partners, didn't say which one, said he couldn't locate John and thought he might be here. As for a birthday gift, the orchid, birthday dinner, and my stay with you were fine for this time. If you would like to keep the Bishop Robinson book, you are welcome to it. I won't be needing it again. Doran had his checkup with Dr. Herringer here a week ago Saturday. The report was good, and he went to work a week ago today. It will be 3 months before he can resume any real physical exertion. We are just grateful to have him working. If his job demanded much physical work, he would have to wait out the 3 months. He can't watch TV or read much at home. He is permitted to drive so he can get back and forth to work, and as far as Carol and Dave's, but that is about it. It will be around Christmas before he can open garage doors or lift anything. Mother is here for a while. John and Nell brought her up yesterday. Lenore had called Saturday, and things weren't going too well in Marion. The last woman hired to be with Mother fell and broke some ribs a half hour after she had gotten in the house. Since Mother had no workman's compensation or insurance covering it, she had to pay the doctor's bills, bandage, etc. Besides, the woman couldn't do much even though she has been with Mother. Mother is really frail, is so uncertain in walking, and falls for no apparent reason. We had our big fall festival last week, the big project of the year for our church women. It's been good to be able to go to church there the last 2 Sundays. Love to you all, Mother. P.S. Thanks for the good letters, Ruth. And the next letter is from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, 44870. May 12th, 1965. Dear folks, Ruth's note came this morning, and we will be happy to see you Sunday. We'll plan to get to your house a little after 4 o'clock p.m. Cleveland time. Thanks so much for the lovely card and bag. We spent Sunday with Helen and had dinner at the Oberlin Inn. Then we took a drive, then back to Oberlin and went through the new conservatory. It was a fine day. Good to see Helen and all the new buildings going on in Oberlin. Helen is entertaining President Carr and his wife tonight. The boys at her house wanted to know them better, so asked Helen to have a dinner party. Love to you all, Mother. And one final letter from Gertrude Zuck, 1407 Marlborough Street, Sandusky, Ohio, 44870. May 15th, 1963. This letter's out of order. I'm very sorry. Dear folks, A beautiful pink azalea came Saturday, the color I love and the flowers that last a long time. So, thanks so much. I appreciated the card too. We went to Marion Sunday, found things on a fairly even keel. Mother doesn't want to leave Marion overnight, so her visits here seem to be uncertain. We are planning to be with you Sunday for supper, so until then, love to you all, Mother. So that concludes today's presentation of Gertrude Zuck Ray's letters 1963 to 1965. My grandmother, my father's mother. Good luck to you with your efforts in family history, if this is something that interests you. Finding, preserving, and sharing old letters, diaries, and photographs, and interviewing elderly relatives while they're alive. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care, and I'll see you next time.